Hello there, Biakaminho desu, and welcome to my small opinion on the last Resident Evil showcase. So, this showcase was really about promoting the Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village that is coming out already in May. So, my thoughts on the things that we saw about Resident Evil 8. I'm not enthusiastic about Resident Evil Village because I'm not a fan of Resident Evil 7. I played it and I basically dropped it because I was stuck in the boss, the father of the family or whatever. I don't even remember his name. And I basically dropped it because it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. It's not a bad game, that's not it, but I think it's a somewhat good horror game, but it's not a Resident Evil. I don't feel like it is a Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil Revelations, which I reviewed in another video, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that game, and the atmosphere and everything was amazing. And I've also had the chance of playing other Resident Evils like Resident Evil 4, which I was playing the PS2 and still haven't finished. But those have the vibe of Resident Evil and they are amazing horror games at the same time. Resident Evil 7, I found it a little bit tedious and it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. So Resident Evil Village is basically a continuation of that, the same first-person mechanic, which I don't find it more, like they say, it makes the player feel more in the game. I don't feel like that because although I really like the first-person perspective, I really also enjoy the third person, so I don't see why being in first person adds to the experience. You still have Ethan. This time it seems like he will be more proactive because he's a little bit defenseless in Resident Evil 7, but this time he seems to be more prepared. And you have this plot about Mia's child, and Ethan is basically trying to recover his child, and Chris may or may not be a villain and everything, so I don't know, I'm not a fan of this. I feel like Resident Evil Village is slowly and surely trying to look like a fusion between Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 4, because you have these humans that are infected, I guess, but then you have all this supernatural stuff like werewolves or something like that. You have witches. I don't know, it's a lot of supernatural stuff that is really diverging from the scientific based virus that creates zombies and parasites and everything. I think it's really distant from what Resident Evil sought out to be. Apart from that, even the looks of exploring a mansion, the way the city that Ethan is exploring that they showed us, it really feels like really inspired in Resident Evil 4. The inventory is quite similar, and then you have also the merchant mechanic back, although I find it more funny, the merchant of Resident Evil 4, although it's also funny, the design of the merchant of Resident Evil Village from what they have shown. And then you have this tall vampire lady or whatever she is that from the way she talks, you can see that she is somehow family related to the family that was torturing Mia and Ethan in Resident Evil 7. But then again, I think the thing that dumbfounds me the most about this lady is how crazy the internet is going for one tall woman with boobs. I mean, Resident Evil always has had fan service, be it Jill, Claire, even that Rachel from Resident Evil Revelations, which is a mutation with a really hot body. So I don't understand why the internet is going so much for this tall lady and her daughters. Yes, because now you had the scene in this showcase where they really close up at the face and cleavage of one of the daughters, and everything is going wild about it, and I'm like, have people never seen, I don't know, females in their lives? You just flash some boobs and then everyone is crazy about this? But sure, whatever. Um, I still am not enthusiastic about this game. If they release a demo for PS4, because right now you have a demo for PS5 exclusively, and they announced that the game will also make it for PS4, because we all know how the PS5 situation is, be it bots buying a Sundari stock and reselling it stupid prices and all that thing. It's really a low percentage of people that have a PS5, and most of them are basically delaying the acquisition of one because there are no exclusives for PS5. With more or less problems or bugs, the games are also coming out on the PS4 because not everyone is rushing to the store asking for stock for a PS5, because why? They have a PS4, and I speak for myself, I have lots of games still to play on the PS4, and the PS5 only has Demon Souls as an exclusive, and it's not a game that I'm really dying to play. But apart from that, you have The Maiden, which is the demo that is currently available on PS5, and from what I could gather, you are this random girl or woman, I don't know, which is trying to abandon the mansion, and you are defenseless, so you don't have a feel for the combat style or anything like that, and you're basically just doing a walking simulator through the mansion. So I don't see also the point of this demo. You can finish it really quickly from what I've seen and heard, so I don't really see the interest of this demo. But I guess if you are curious about the graphics, and if that's the thing that you really want to see, then this is perfect for you. About the other things that they have announced, they announced Reverse. So I'm looking at Reverse the same way I looked at when I first played the beta of Resistance. So before Resistance became a big thing, or it came out with Resident Evil 3, they let Resident Evil ambassadors, and I will see if maybe I can also add to this beta test that is currently on. They had a beta test for people to try Resistance, and I was not a fan of it. They had an inquiry after the game in which they asked if you would buy the game, and I said I wouldn't. And if you would like to see the game inside another game, which I said yes, it would be a cool co-op slash multiplayer add to a full game, like an extra. And guess what they did? They put Resistance with Resident Evil 3, which is also questionable because Resident Evil 3 isn't really complete because it eliminates parts of the original game, but once again, that's another question. This Reverse, for me, for what I can see, feels like a Dead by Daylight exclusively with characters from Resident Evil. Once again, it's a Resistance. They could celebrate the 25 years of the franchise any other way. The people are dying to have a Resident Evil 4 remake, which I don't support because I think Resident Evil 4 really is able to stand up even today with the graphics that they have and all the remasters, and it's available in most gaming platforms. People are dying to have an Outbreak, they are dying to have a Code Veronica remake. and to have a Revelations 3, and Capcom isn't really listening to their fans, and I think any of those ideas would be much better than launching a reverse. I mean, I know that multiplayers like Fortnite, LOL, and other stuff like that are really catching younger audiences and some people that are really fans of multiplayers, but I don't think that's the aim of the Resident Evil fans, the ones that have been with the franchise all these years, that been supporting the games. So I'm not a fan of these reverse. If I have a chance, or if they are letting people try the beta, I can maybe try it to see what it is like, but it's a multiplayer. The aim is for you to just play with your friends, be your favorite character like Leon or Jill or Claire, and being in this mayhem of killing each other in a multiplayer, I guess. Not a fan. Then one thing that I am excited about this showcase is the movie Infinite Darkness that is coming out on Netflix, and I'm very much looking forward. It looks amazing and I can't wait to know more about the story because it feels great. I'm really looking forward to it. So tell me in the comments what you thought about this showcase. Tell me if you want to see more about Resident Evil, because I'm not the most knowledgeable people in the franchise, but I can always give you my 2 cents of opinion, and tell me what you would like to see in future installments of the franchise. See you!